Hey there, YTPC. It's your boy Cosmo, the Cat Dead Piper. Hope you're having a great day, whenever and wherever you find this. Coming to you from a early evening out on the deck, Friday night. A little cool out in the 50s, but nice enough to come out and have a pipe, I thought. Kind of wind down my day. So grab yourself a bowl. Let me know what you're smoking in, and let's share a pipe. Like I said, this is kind of impromptu, so things will be backwards, no intro, no fancy editing or whatever, but thought I'd enjoy this somewhat decent weather, although might get sprinkled on here in a little bit, we'll see. But got my favorite Molina here, kind of the hexa-paneled Molina with some nice marking. And got probably one of my favorite tobaccos, Captain Black Platinum, packed in it. And if you haven't tried it, highly recommend. It's just a delicious, easy smoking tobacco that if I were a daily smoker, it'd probably be my daily smoke. I wish they would make tubs of it. So far it's just little 2-ounce pouches. Went out for a little coffee and crochet this afternoon and stopped by the convenience store for some bread and bananas, get me through to the end of the month. And came home and decided nice enough to have a pipe. Fortunately, I got home a little late to invite smoking buddy Matt over for a pre-dinner pipe, because I know he usually gets together with his parents on Friday nights for dinner. A little late in the day for that, but came home, put groceries away, grabbed my pipe pouch, grabbed a liter bottle of water, and thought I'd enjoy a little smoke session with you. Went down the wrong chute. But yeah, this Platinum is just a super smooth, easy to manage tobacco. Pretty sure I probably did a tobacco tasting. You can check the playlist if you want. But just a nice, easy smoking, light to medium tobacco. Kind of on the edge of being sweet, but not so much that if you didn't like aromatics that you wouldn't like this. But to me, it kind of reminds me of a Carter Hall, but with more complexity. News as far as what's going on with me. Getting ever closer and closer to finish my never-ending blanket, and I'm worried that I'm going to be one skein, which is like a ball or bundle of yarn short of finishing it off. And about the only place you can get it is online, or if you go in the store at Walmart, you can probably pick some up. But I don't go inside Walmart. I'll get groceries, but I'll do curbside pickup because I don't want to mess with the crazies there. I worked grocery retail for too many years that kind of got burnt out on dealing with the public. Although I loved it. I love my job. Especially when I was a cashier, customer service. And up until I transferred stores to do accounting, which I hated that job. But that was more so the location I was at versus the job. But I had gotten to the point at the other store part-time where, except for like your Chinese or kitchen or bakery or floral, I could do most of the jobs there. So anyways, like I said, just getting close to finish up with that blanket. I'm making 64 squares. And I've got a little over 2.5 squares to make, but then I gotta crochet them all together to one blanket. And I don't know how long that's gonna take. Or how much yarn it's going to use, so that'll be interesting. But I think once I'm done making the squares, I'm probably going to put it on a brief hiatus and make like a slip cover for my crochet hook case to kind of cover up the beautiful rose gold coloring when it's not in use. So, you saw my last video, I talked about having to go and do some blood work to see if I was diabetic or pre-diabetic. Well, Wednesday we had potential for inclement weather, so I decided I wasn't going to go out that day. And then Thursday, I decided to stay home. So today I was meeting my friend at noon for coffee. So I was like, I'll go there about 11:40, right before coffee. Go in, get the blood work, get out. It'd take 5 minutes. So I park, get in there, tell them, hey, I'm just here for lab work, don't have a doctor's appointment. Apparently the lab's short-staffed, and they're both on lunch for like the next 30-40 minutes. It's like, we can wait if you want. It's like, well, I got some place to be in 20 minutes. I was like, well, how late are you open? Oh, we're open till 4:30, and but best to get here by 4. And we're like, well, I was planning on being at coffee with my friend till about 4:30. So it's like, fine. Now I'm going on Monday, I guess. Not even trying to procrastinate anymore, and they're like, nope. So no real updates on that. Otherwise, just ready to enjoy the weekend. I was getting my bread and bananas. I stopped I got it at the convenience store. And we've got Quick Trips, or some people might know it as Quick Stars, or depending on where you're at. Or we have Quick Star. It might be Quick Trip if you're in Minnesota or elsewhere. They're nice convenience stores and they do pretty good food, but I picked up they have kind of like take and bake pizzas, and you can have them make them for you too there. But I like getting them because then I can make it later on in the night. On Thursdays and Fridays, they got them on sale for like $10, and I can get a couple meals out of them. So I picked up a tailgater pizza, which basically a sausage pizza, but then they also add Wisconsin cheese curds. I think that's because the company, Quick Trip, Quick Star, I believe they're headquartered out of Wisconsin. So those nice chunks of cheese curd are really great on the pizza, but holy cow, if you're not careful, they can stay like molten lava temperature. I don't know how many times I've either burnt my lips or the roof of my mouth or my tongue. And it's not the first one I get. It's always like the second or third slice of pizza where it's like it should be cooled down by now. Somehow they just remain the temperature of the surface of the sun. So after this, I'm probably gonna check out a couple YouTube videos and probably put the pizza in. And then I'm gonna watch the movie Wicked tonight, because that's now streaming on Peacock, and they're promoting it big time on there. I'm somewhat familiar with the show. I know one or two songs because it's based on a musical. If you don't know, it's based on a musical that's based on a book, but it's about like a prequel to Wizard of Oz. And I have the book, never read it, never seen the musical. Almost went to the movie on like $5 or $6 a day or whatever it is. But then I learned that the movie is like 2 hours, 40 minutes. And it's a part one where there's this part two coming out, I think probably later this year or next year. I'm like, nope. I'm good. I can wait 3 or 4 months and watch it at home. In the comfort of my own home. But it's supposed to be really good. Have high hopes. Although I'm really not a fan of Ariana Grande, who's like one of the leads, the Glenda character. Something about her just annoys me personally. She gives off this like cutesy wootsy baby pixie girl vibe that just gag me with a rubber spoon. And I'll admit she's talented, but she just annoys the hell out of me. But if I get fed up with her, I can kind of play games on my phone at the same time. So there you go. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Hoping to do some coffee tomorrow. Been watching, I saw on Amazon Prime they added first 2 seasons from probably around 2004, I think it is, of The Apprentice, the Donald Trump competition show. And I watched them all back in the day, but it's interesting to see how some of it doesn't age, and you get reminded, I don't care what your political affiliation or what you think of Trump, but let me tell you, he's the guy that every episode he'll remind you about everything he owns. It's the best, it's the greatest. If only I could have that type of ego. As far as where I stand with him being president, not a huge fan of him, but whether or not you like all the policies and things he's been implementing, you got to give it to him. The guy's done more in the White House the past 2.5 months than Grandpa Joe did it during his whole term. So at least he's not just sitting there earning free room and board and bodyguards. If you're not that familiar with my channel, that's about as political as I'll ever get. Anyways, didn't really, like I said, didn't really have anything planned out or a whole lot going on, but thought rather than just sitting here twiddling my thumbs while I enjoy pipe, I thought I'd invite you along. I'm going to probably wrap this up. I've got about a third of a bowl, but it's getting a little bit harder to draw, and the pipe's getting a little warm, so I'm going to give it a little break. But wherever you catch this, I hope you have a great day, great evening, great weekend, whatever the situation may be. If you want, hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more of these types of videos, I do have a share a pipe playlist, and this video will be in there as well. So, as always, thanks for watching. God bless, and we'll see you soon.